Hello everyone. The topic of this CIS 9467 final project is to show a profit maximization model for a restaurant by using Solver. To build this model, to build the Solver model, I actually have collected 4 recipes for the restaurants that I believe that is going to be the best-selling dishes in the restaurant. So the recipes that I have here are the first one is a rice-based dish named as kachi biryani from Bangladesh. The next one is zeresh polo from Iran. The next one is Bihari kebab from India, and last but not least is the shroom burger, which is a very popular burger at Shake Shack. I actually have manipulated it slightly differently to make the taste different from what Shake Shack actually sells. So I went online and watched numerous YouTube videos to collect the most authentic recipes for these dishes, and then like most of the time, like when they show these recipes, they usually prepare it for 5 people. So since like I'm doing it for a restaurant, so I would like to see on a unit base like how much each of these recipes are going to cost for the restaurant owner to prepare these dishes. So here the recipes include the ingredients required, then the quantity of these ingredients that are required for preparing these dishes, and also the cost for per servings for each ingredients. So I actually have included all of these ingredients in my price list tab, where I have actually shown like how much of these ingredients cost per unit, as well as how much of the inventory as in stock for the restaurant owner. So then here on my profit optimization worksheet, I listed all of those ingredients, and as well as I have actually listed each of these dishes here. So if you see that the profit per serving is pulling from each of these individual recipe tabs here, I have calculated the total cost of preparing the dish for one person, and my projected price for is like $10 for the kachi biryani. The only thing that I have here for kids is the shroom burger, which I priced at $8, because I think that like for a kids meal, like pricing it at a higher rate like other recipes is going to be a little ridiculous. Now here in the profit optimization worksheet, I will use Solver to see that how much maximum profit that I can make from the sale of these dishes in my restaurant. So to use the Solver, what I'll try to see is my objective will be to make as much as profit possible, so maximize this amount here. Also, I would like to for each of these and also sell as much as of these dishes as possible. And my constraints here will be that my ending inventory is always going to be greater than 0. It can never go negative. So what I did here was I will go to the data tab and then open Solver. So if I see here, my objective is to maximize the gross profit by changing. So I will change the quantity here, and my constraints are here, sorry, this is mine. So my constraints are my quantity sold should be greater than or equal to 0, and also my ending inventory here is going to be greater than or equal to 0. So if I just hit solve, solver will solve it for me, and I'll see. So I see here that even though it is showing a negative amount here, but like it's actually not negative. Like if you see, I have total inventory 5-gallon milk available and total utilized, which is showing like slightly more than 5 gallon, but it actually is 5 gallon, like if we round it up. So now does it really make sense that the amount of profit that I'm making? Yes, it makes sense, because some of these in inventories that I have put like on the fictitious list of my inventory stock is actually very high. So even though like I do have a lot of these inventories on hand, but some of the inventories like is 0, so that is the reason why I am not able to produce any of the dishes that can be prepared with those ingredients. So if I just go back to my price list tab and just try to change the numbers to see if it brings any difference in my profit maximization model. So I'll just, for instance, I'll just go and change sesame seed here. Let's make it 10 instead of 5, and I will what I will do is I will milk was okay. So milk was 5 gallon. I'll just increase the amount of milk from 5 gallon to 10 gallon. And now I go back to my profit optimization worksheet and just open the solver again and solve it and see what difference does it make. Okay, now I see that my gross profit has gone a lot higher, $2,095. So like you see that the amount of kachi biryani that I can sell is 0 actually, because all my other like what solver is actually doing is it is taking the other recipes into consideration to as like there are more ingredients available for preparing those dishes, and that can prepare the maximum revenue for the restaurant. So that is the end of this presentation, and thank you everyone for watching, and I hope it is helpful for you and I was able to explain how the solver works.